I'll post it in the group. Thank you guys for being on the call tonight. This is the very first time I've ever done this with challengers. I want to try to do this like once a month where I kind of meet new people that have come into the group and then ask questions or answer questions, I guess I should say. But I wanted to split my screen and talk to you a little bit about how you can get the most out of. I'm gonna mute you, Heather. Sorry, hope you don't mind. The most out of Beachbody On Demand, because I feel like we don't know. Like, I feel like you get the stuff, you're excited, you go to your program, and then that's all you use it for. But I don't think people understand and all the benefits of it. And so I wanted to show you what we can do. So I'm going to go ahead and start to share my screen. It's going to start to look like a split screen. Please tell me if, let me see. Let me see if it comes up. Oh, I need to click on this first. Let me go to my split screen. This always has to do this. Okay. So get out of this. Go to my split screen again one more time. Do you guys see what I see? Beachbody On Demand?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So this is what you're going to see when you log in. I want you to understand something. I'm going to give you the very basics, make this no more than 30 minutes, hopefully, because I guarantee you will walk away going mind blown, okay? I did not know I had all this stuff. I did not even realize that. And when I started talking to a challenger yesterday, a new one, she was like, oh my gosh, like we should be doing a call with everyone because I didn't even know this stuff existed. So basically, here are your programs. If you have Beachbody On Demand All Access, you get all of these programs. These are programs that have purchased. So you just click on them. These are everything. You don't really, you get everything with Beachbody On Demand, okay? If you don't have Beachbody On Demand, you're going to get access to whatever you purchased, which is the select few that comes with whatever you desired. I guarantee you Beachbody On Demand is the best deal for your money because then when you finish your program, you can start another one, and then you can start another one, and then you can start another one. Okay, so so I wanted to talk to you. A lot of people don't realize this is like available. So let's, for example, I'll show you. I am doing, why is my program's not even on here? That's pretty funny. Because I don't do it from my computer. So I am doing, hold on a second. I'm gonna go to Sean T just because I've been doing him. That sounded really bad. I haven't been doing him. I have been doing Sean T's workout programs. So Insanity Max 30 is what I'm doing. So you click on it. So what people don't see is this little button right here that's, let me see. Okay, so it's not on the, it looks a little different on your phone. On the phone it says program materials, okay? And it's a little button that's on the top right. Just bear with me because I haven't used the computer very much, but here's what shows up. These things right here. Spotify playlist, that's songs that you could play during it that make you pumped up. A quick start, so if you click on this, it will tell you exactly how to start the program, what you need to get ready, like what you should be using, how you're going to be the most successful, okay? There's a workout calendar. This is with every single thing that's on here, and people don't know this, okay? There's a workout calendar. You can print that up. You can write in your max times. There's month 1, there's month 2. This is a thing that people don't know, and you get this for every single program, the nutrition guide, okay? So just so that you know, basically, let me break it down for you just real quick. Before about 2 years ago, each individual program had their own nutrition plan, okay? And that was follow this plan, kind of figure out your calories. They have really good recipes, but it was a little harder to do than what we have that now, which is the container program, right? So every program since 21 Day Fix has come out, every one of them are now using the 21 Day Fix meal plan. So you'll see this Insanity Max 30, okay? And you'll look at this and you'll go, oh, they're using the 21 Day Fix meal plan. So the most success, I'm telling you, with my challengers that get the most success, they're following the workout program and they're using the 21 Day Fix meal plan, okay? No matter what you're doing, even the old ones that don't offer it to you, use the 21 Day Fix meal plan because it's gonna be the most success for you. So this kind of breaks it down, but this will break you down everything. This will tell you exactly what you can have in each container. Okay. So we know that that's here now. Okay. So I want you to take a look at that, what program you're doing, so you have access to that, because I think that not a lot of people know that. Then there's like an FAQ, which is just like basic information about the program. Okay. Every single program has that. I wanted to make sure you knew that. I was on Beachbody On Demand. Okay. Next up is Fixate. A lot of people don't know that we have Fixate. Fixate is an actual cooking show that Autumn Calabrese does. Now, if you don't know anything about Autumn, she's like ridiculous with her nutrition, and her brother is a cook. And so they came up with this Fix approved, everything on here, cooking show. These are amazing meal plans, fun things that you can try that not anyone even knows. I mean, this alone is worth $15 a month. Okay. So I want you to look at this. So it says new this week. So new this week, they have added these 2 recipes: paleo tuna salad wrap and spring veggie orzo salad. Okay. They have Fixate grocery lists. They have Fixate recipes. They have beginner and so these things tell you, is it a beginner? No, meaning like if it's a beginner, they'll have these things filled out. And if it's an expert, it takes a little bit longer to do. I mean, literally, you can click on them. They're 5-7 minutes long. Some of these foundation videos I do have in the page, okay? Because I said, this is how you use the containers. But look at this. If you click on breakfast recipes, look at this. Everyone's Fix approved. All the breakfast recipes, all the entrees. And people are like, I did not know I have this. And they're awesome. So let's just quickly, I'll let you watch it for like 2 seconds. They're very well made. They're awesome. And they're new recipes for you. You always have to accept this just because, I don't know, they want you to accept it. To say that you're not going to injure yourself and sue them by cutting your finger off. Okay, so I just wanted you to see the Fixate. Make sure you know that. Okay, so funny. It's asking me to put it to my TV, but I don't want to put it to my TV because, can you hear that?
No. Oh, there.
Can you see it barely? What's going on here? I don't know why that's like light.
Yeah, I can't see it.
You can't see it?
No.
Can you see it now? Can you see it now?
No, but it might be my view.
Megan, can you see it? Okay.
Change my
So do you
view.
see? They break it down. They tell you it's like 5-minute videos. You don't have to watch all of them. You just pick the one that you want to watch and make it. It's really cool. So know that you have, oops. Oh, goodness. I just did something. Know that you have access to, oh, Lord. I'm going to stop my share real quick. Know that you have access to that. I did something with I took the, great job, Kiana. I took the, what in the world? Oh, here it is. Okay. Sorry, guys. I clicked the wrong button. Okay. Let's share screen again, and let's do this one. Okay. It's because this system, this thing that I'm trying to move is in the corner on top of what I'm trying not to touch. If that makes sense. Okay. So let's go back right here. Can you see what I'm seeing? Are you seeing the Team Beachbody stuff? Again, are we back on demand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
Couple things. I've been talking for 11 minutes. I want to make sure I give you the most information. Okay, I'm telling you right now that if you're not following a meal plan, you're not going to get the best results. I don't think you have to be perfect. I don't think you have to have everything and all your, dot your I's, cross your T's, say no all the time. That's not the way I want you to live your life. But more often than not, you need to be following this plan because it creates a lifestyle. That is the truth, and it is honest, and you know that. And the people that show up every day in the group and the people that do this meal plan and the people that actually follow it get the best results. So you want to follow it by using the containers and knowing your containers. How do you know that? You either need to track it or use the 21-Day Fit Tracker app. That is on an iPhone. I believe they have it for Droid. It's easy. It's simple. You lock in your things. I tell all my challengers to use it. It's really, really good. I really believe that it is a game changer because don't try to make it up. People are like, I'll be like, what container program? I mean, like what category you're on? They're like, what? I didn't follow the categories. I'm like, oh, people. So And that's like my job as a coach, to help you know that the better that you follow it, the more successful you'll be. Okay. So log it, because this system works. I'm telling you it works, and it does not make you hungry. Okay. So I want to talk to you a little bit about prepping and planning, because you're going to be the most successful this way. You need to work backwards. Here are my tips. Work backwards when you are making your meal plan, meaning start with your dinners, plan your dinners. Okay. Then plan your lunches, then plan your breakfast, and then fill in with whatever containers are left over. Okay. What I do is I don't plan every single container every single day all the time. I plan my dinners, and I know the containers for my dinners. So I'm having protein, it's going to be a red. I'm having yellow, it's going to be a carb. You know what I mean? I'm having greens, it's going to be a veggie. So I know I have those 3 things. And then I know I'm having Shakeology, so that's going to be another red. Okay, I'm going to have a half a purple because I put frozen cherries in there. I'm going to have almond milk, which they now have just said it's going to be a teaspoon instead of yellow. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit of water in there, whatever. And then what I do is that day I know what I'm having for dinner because it's prepped, it's planned, and then I fill in the blank. So for lunches, I either eat leftovers, or I look at the Fixate thing at the beginning on Sundays, and I kind of look over what I have. Most of the time, you guys, it's leftovers, and I'm a snacky person, so I kind of snack on my containers. And so I fill in my day with what containers are left. How do I know what containers are left? I track it on the app. If I have a green left, a red left, and a yellow, then I'm going to have like a vegetable. I'm going to have some type of meat. I might put it on a sandwich because I have a yellow left. Does that make sense? So it's not like you are planning every single container at the beginning of the week. That's very meticulous, and it takes a very long time to do that. You can do it day by day, but I want you to plan your dinners and to be intentional about where you're going and what you're doing. If you're going out, you could absolutely eat on the 21-day fix plan. You just need to be more intentional about it. Ask them what they're cooking in. What type of oils are they cooking in? Are they cooking in butter? Like, ask them if they can, try to get something that's baked. Try to get the sauces on the side. All those things, less, like just salt and pepper is better than slathering all this different stuff on it. You know that. Okay. So be intentional about it. This is not about saying you never can eat out. Okay. The closer you are using all your containers, the better results you're going to have. I cannot tell you the amount of people that think they can cut their containers. They think they're going to eat 500 calories and lose weight. That is not what your body's going to do. You're going to be in starvation mode, and it's not going to bless you at all. It's going to cause you problems. It's going to you're going to be hungry. You're going to be miserable. And you're going to be mean. I'll tell you that. Okay. So you need to eat to lose weight. That is a thing that we have not been told. We need to eat to lose weight. And that is the truth. Do not feel guilty if you miss a couple containers, but do not miss your protein. Do not miss your protein. Your protein, you are working out every day. You have got to build those muscles up. And I know people in your mind and your whole life, you've been told, don't eat carbs, don't eat carbs, don't eat carbs. I personally don't believe that you can have a lifestyle that's carb-free your whole life. I think it's unrealistic. That's just me personally. Can you lower your carbs? Absolutely. Can you eat healthier carbs? Absolutely. So I don't think you should take the yellows away all the time. That's just not me. I don't think it's a lifestyle. You have came to me to get a lifestyle plan. And so I'm trying to help you with that. Okay. That being said, there are tips that I have for you on how to eat them, kind of when to eat them, because I believe I know what works. I've been doing this a long time, and I will tell you what's the most success for me and my challengers. And then you can figure out, that was my dog, sorry, what tips that you think that you can follow. So number one is you should not be hungry. Okay. And if you're hungry, you need to figure out why. You should be satisfied. There's going to be days, there's a very difference between hungry and starving. Okay. You're going to have sometimes, I guess, uncomfortable, I guess I should say. There's going to be times you're uncomfortable, because if you're losing weight and you're losing calories or you're toning up, you know what I mean? Like, you're burning calories, like you're probably your metabolism is going to be fast, and you're going to be a little hungry. If you're thinking that you're a little hungry, my tip is drink water first. Your body does not understand the difference between thirsty and hungry, and it feels the same way. I can't tell you how many times where I thought I was hungry and I drank 8 ounces of water and I was fine. Okay. If you are continued to be hungry, like really hungry, like, Kiana, my stomach is eating itself. Okay. Go back and see, did you eat all your containers? Because if you ate every one of your containers, then we can talk about you adding a green and one more red. Okay. You can add a green and a red. So then you can add another veggie and another protein. That's fine. That's okay. That's cool. Okay. But do not add a yellow the very first thing. Like, Kiana, I was hungry, so I added 17 yellows today. Okay. No, that's what most people do. They grab a bag of chips to feed their hunger, and then they just ate 17 yellows. I've done it before, believe me. Okay. If you are then still hungry, Kiana, I'm still hungry. I'm doing everything. I'm working super hard. I filled all my containers. I've been doing it this whole week. I'm drinking my water. I'm doing what you're telling me to do. I'm showing up. I'm sweating really hard. You've had all your containers. You've now added a red. You've now added a green. You can add an additional yellow 30 minutes after your workout, within 30 minutes. But do not tell me that you worked out like at 9 and you're adding the yellow at 10 o'clock at night. That does nothing for you. Okay. So those are your 3 tips. That's going to, I love you too. Those are your tips that will help you with that. Okay. And then your purples, if you want better results, it's proven that if you have your purples. Mommy, look at how it gave me from. Okay, but can you I'm going to call, okay? Okay, give me a kiss. Okay. So your purples, if you want the best results and you're okay with this, you can have your purples before 3 p.m. Your purples are another carb, essentially, in your body. They act like a carb. That's what they break down to, a simple sugar. So if you're having like on the TV. Okay. If you have a yellow at night too, and then you're having a purple at night too, that's a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs in your body. And so it's gonna give you a little bit less results. Okay. Are fruits bad for you? No. And I can't stand people that say that you can't have fruit. Like, I don't want to live a life without fruit. Like, I love fruit. That's totally fine. But if you want to be more intentional and get better, even better results, you take your purples and eat them before 3, and then you eat a very healthy carb at night, or you eat all your carbs before dinner. Okay? So that's my tips. I like to have a carb at night because then I kind of get hungry if I don't. I've tried it. I've tried to have my carbs before 3. I get hungry. So I try to have a sweet potato, wild rice, some type of, if I'm like super desperate, I'll have like, whole grain tortillas on tacos. And if my family's having tacos and I want that, like, I'll still let myself have that. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I just don't grab a bag of chips for my yellow. Okay. Do you guys know that 7 tortilla chips equal a yellow? Is that worth it to you? No. Okay. Sometimes that's a lie. I like chips. Sometimes it is worth it to me. I'm like, that was amazing. Okay. But how many of you count out 7 chips and be like, oh, that was a yellow? No, you counted out nothing and you grabbed a giant handful or 2 or 3 and you say, oh, it was a yellow. But you're cheating yourself because it really wasn't a yellow. It was the yellow the size of your face. And you're like, oh yeah, it was a yellow. Okay. So be intentional, be truthful, and be honest with yourself, because that's going to help you get the best results. Okay. Again, I'm going to tell you right now, if you keep track of what you're doing, what's working, how you're being intentional, you're going to get results. I promise you. And I'm telling you right now, as your coach, as your friend, as your mentor, plan your week and understand it's going to be very difficult. That is the truth. Plan your dinners. I'm telling you, I've done it to myself 301 times where I'm like, why didn't I plan I'm a coach. I'm supposed to plan my week. I'm supposed to show up for you guys. And there's some weeks where I'm like, it just gets the best of me. It doesn't happen. And I recorded this, right? All of a sudden I thought I didn't record this. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. It doesn't happen. And then I'm like, why did I not plan? I'm such a hot mess already. Truth. I'm a mess sometimes. And then on top of that, I now have to figure out dinner for my family, and my son's going to soccer and then has basketball practice and has this. And I don't want to cook this elaborate meal. And I didn't get the chicken that I was supposed to cook out earlier today because I didn't plan. Does that make sense? So it's much more less anxiety if you know and you have a plan. It literally will take you 20 minutes to sit down, plan your dinners, okay? And now I'm going to show you how you plan your dinners, where you can go to for resources. So I showed you the Fixate, and then I have a few more tips, and then I'll show you where I go to get my recipes, okay? So you don't have to eat at a certain time of the day, make that clear. You just need to eat your containers, okay? Within whatever time frame. I know there's a lot of studies that say you need to stop eating before you go to bed and don't eat after this time. That's if you want your abs to show up and you want really 6-pack abs and you're very strict. Of course, don't eat 3 hours before you go to bed. Some days I got to eat 10 minutes before I go to bed because I'm hungry and I need my almonds. Okay. Sue me. You know what I mean? Like I figure it's your life like that. I want you to live a life that you can maintain over time. That's why I call it a lifestyle, because I don't feel like it's a diet because I can't eat. Does that make sense? I want you to make sure that you set a system up that works for you. Couple other things. Know that it gets easier if you create a system and you start to make dinners. You'll start to repeat dinners, and then you'll be like, oh, like you'll have a system of maybe 15 dinners that you kind of go through, and then you'll get sick of those and you start 15 more. So it's kind of like for me, I just kind of look at my Pinterest and I'm like, oh, okay, I haven't made this in a while. Routines and habits show up very quickly if you are disciplined and you track things. So I'm going to show you my Pinterest account. If you have never gone there, you really need to go there. Can you see this right now, the Pinterest account? You can see it? Okay. So I have everything in boards. It's a mess. Most in some other places, but I did organize it just for my challengers and for myself. So I go a lot to this healthy and clean recipe. My name is Kiana Hanna on Pinterest. Follow me and then go look at what I've pinned. They're all Fix approved. They're all awesome, healthy meals. And I'll go down this list and I'll be like, oh, I haven't made that. I'm telling you right now, these are amazing. These shrimp fajitas, for example, nacho boats. So here's the thing. You don't go online. You can go online and type in on Google 21-day fix recipes, whatever calorie you're in. There's plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Okay. Or you could just go to healthier, like find a healthy meal and make it fit into your containers. Does that make sense? Not fit, like stuff it in there, but like make it work for you. Like, excuse me, save your cheese up for your blue container for that night for your bell pepper nacho boats. Do you know what I mean? Make it work. It's like way simpler than what we make it. I think we confuse the system. And this is amazing. These yellow curry meatballs are amazing. Okay. I haven't made some of this, but I want to make some of it. So I just pinned it. Like this, 5 ingredient baked vegetarian taquitos. Are taquitos on the 21 to fix plan? No, but I can put the taquitos on the plan if I save my yellow for a taquito. Okay, do you know what I mean? Like that's what I want. I want a dang taquito. There is so many things on here, you guys, like so many options, and this is just like nothing compared to what's out there. But these are the things that I have made. This slow cooker chicken tacos are amazing. I've made those. Zucchini fries are amazing. I love the way that you cook this broccoli. Paleo coconut chicken. My kids devoured that. They love that. So as you can see, like when I just take time on Sundays and I pin it into my board, and then boom, now I have these recipes and I can eat off of that. Does that make sense? I think that that's like much easier than trying to sit down and create these meals, elaborate meals. And then I also have, I have another one. Dinner accountability. Ask me the difference. I don't know. I just made this board one night and I was like, oh, okay. I've made a lot of these. Look at these. Greek lemon chicken skewers with tzatziki sauce are on my menu when I get back from Palm Springs because that looks amazing. My friend said this was phenomenal. This grilled chicken, lime chicken with avocado, cilantro. She said it was amazing. I'm really into Mediterranean salads, like avocados, like corn salsa. I think I'm a true Mexican at heart. I don't know. Like I love like soul good food. And so I'm always trying to like find things that are healthier versions of stuff. No one in my family like cooks like that, but I just could eat tacos every single day of my life. Like literally, swear to God. And so these are just some more things, but take some time and either look at mine, look at your board and make it happen. My daughter's singing for you. Can you guys hear her? She's singing Frozen. My neighbor walked by one day and she's like, singing kids are happy kids. And I'm like, you know what? That's right. She sings all the time and she's a happy kid. Okay. And I think, okay, so the very last thing, so I hope that helps. So you have the Fixate now, you have the Fixate cooking show, you have your menu, like that's in your, on that program materials that I showed you in your workout like thing. It also has, you know how they had all the containers? If you keep scrolling down, it has meals, like 10 meals. And they have that in every single program. Like that's thousands of recipes right there. So don't overwhelm yourself. Pick your favorite programs and kind of just scroll one day, spend some time. And I guarantee you it's simpler than what it seems. You follow the containers. I promise you, you're going to be successful. You show up more often than not, you're going to be successful. It is not about perfection. It is about making progress and working on what helps make you happy. What?
My pizza can stick in my toilet too.
Wow. Okay. And then Fixate cooking show, your program materials, Pinterest, and the very last thing that you can do that I do a lot is I go to Google and I type in what I'm looking for, like 21 Day Fix recipes, and I don't click on all the links, I click on images. Does that make sense? So I click on images on your phone, you can switch it to images, and then you can look for a food that looks healthy or looks like something that you would like to make or looks like something that's yummy, and then click on the picture and it will go to the website that you do. So literally I will be annoyed one day because let's face it, like sometimes we know that we're supposed to do this stuff, but sometimes it's annoying to do it, but it makes it easier on our life. So I'm like, okay, Kiana, you got to make this happen. Sit down and do this for 20 minutes. So I'll click on the image of something. I'll be like healthy chicken dinners. I literally will type that in and I'll put the image up and then I'll figure out something that I'm gonna make that week. Or 21 Day Fix approved. I don't know if I'm really feeling like something, for example, like a dessert. Let me show you this. I have healthy desserts on here. I'm a human. I love freaking ice cream. I love it. So I've been making these chocolate dipped almond butter banana bites. They're amazing. I love banana and chocolate together. I like cookies, but I wanted to make some protein cookies one day. My kids like desserts. I'm trying to eat better. I love lemon, so I thought these would be cool to make. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying new things. I don't have it all together. I still love Oreo cookie ice cream. It's my absolute favorite. I could probably eat a blizzard from Dairy Queen every day. Do you guys have Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
I have a problem with that, like a serious problem. It calls my name every time I drive by. I have cravings and everything just like the rest of you, and I have days where I absolutely suck at the containers. But more often than not, I show up, and more often than not, I do a pretty good job because I know that when I'm on track or feeling better about it, I get better results, and therefore I feel better about myself, okay? With this, I just want to make sure the last thing, and then I'll let you go because I said it was going to be 30 minutes, and then if you have any questions. Shakeology, I want to talk to you a little bit about Shakeology. That is part of the meal plan too. It's in all of the programs. If you don't understand Shakeology or don't have a way to like Shakeology, that is the problem, meaning maybe the time that you tried Shakeology, you mixed it the wrong way. You didn't mix it the way that you wanted it. I tried it the first time. I shook it up with water, and I had it lukewarm. It was chunky. It was disgusting. And I told my coach, I will never drink this again. That is asinine, and it tasted like the bottom of a fish tank. I will never drink that again. That's disgusting. But it was all about the consistency, what I put in it. I didn't have a blender at the time. I don't know why. I found my way, my jam, and I love it. And I know the benefits. I know it's good for me. So if you're struggling in that aspect, please come to the group and ask, because I feel like that's a game changer too, if you find a way that you love it. And then I was gonna say one more thing. Shakeology. I don't remember. Anyone have any questions or comments? Or I'm unmuting you. I'm gonna stop the share, and I'm gonna unmute you. Okay, Eddie, did this help, guys, at all?
Yeah, this is great.
Okay. Any other questions or comments, or did you guys know that you had the Fixate cooking show?
I did.
Did you know that you had like all that stuff, the program materials with all your stuff for Beachbody On Demand? Yeah. So this is like something that we should be using. I mean, you paid for it. You should get access to it, and you should use it, right?
Right.
Right. I think it's something that we fail to do for ourselves. It's like, it's like you pay for a gym membership and you don't go. You pay for Beachbody On Demand and you don't use it all. Like, let's use it all and get the most out of it. Don't make it hard on yourself. Get all the recipes that you can from Beachbody On Demand. Come to our group for support. And the last thing I was going to say is, please show up on days you are struggling. That's when we need you the most and you need us the most. Like, it's not about being perfect every day. It's not about like, oh, I can't go to the group because so-and-so posted this and it makes me feel bad about myself. Like, that's about your personal development. Do some personal development. The group is about support, accountability. I show up on the hardest days, even when I don't want to talk to you and tell you guys that I'm struggling, but I do, because I know how much it means, you know, how much I get out of it. And the more you get out, the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. Okay. The more you show up, not show up time wise. I'm not saying spend hours and hours. I'm just saying show up in your group. The more you're going to get out of it. Okay. The more people are going to be like, oh, I'm supporting Christy because she shows up. I'm liking that. I'm commenting on that because she shows up. She shows me support. I'm going to show her support. You know what I mean? And then there's always people that show up once every a month. You know, I'm just telling you, in your mind, take a look at who shows up and who doesn't more often than not, and who has the most success. I'm just telling you. And then take a look at the people that say, oh, I messed up again. And I'm not judging them, because I feel like they need this group. But I messed up again, I'm struggling, and then they don't post for 30 days. And then they come back 30 days later. I messed up, I'm struggling. It's like, you didn't mess up, you just never started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just gave up on yourself. That's what you did. You gave up. And so just make sure you understand it's not about being perfect. I don't want perfect. I don't want you to be in my group if you're perfect. In fact, I don't want to see your ripped, ridiculous six-pack abs and a crazy meals all the time and your perfection, because I don't relate to that. What I want to see is your truth. I want to see where you struggle. I want to see what I can help. I want to see where we can reach our potential. I want to work on our mindset, and that's what I do this group for, okay? So I hope that this helped help you break down Beachbody On Demand, why it's such an asset to you to have. If you have any questions about your Shakeology, please let me know. And then make sure you are following the program. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Don't wing the program. I can't tell you how many people are like, oh, I'm like, what day are you on the program? They're like, oh, I just put whatever I want on. And I'm like, what? Like, they have day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, legitimately made by like exercise science people that are going to help you breaking down your legs, your arms, your, you know, like whatever, so that it's all meant for you, like cardio on certain days, yoga on certain days, so that you don't break your muscles apart and rip them apart to shreds and overwork your body. You don't want to break down the car, which is you. You want to have rest days. You want to but you also want to push yourself on the right day. So don't try to wing it. Don't try to make it up. You're doing a disservice to yourself if you think that you know better than like these exercise people, which is me in the past. I was like, why am I not getting results? It's because I was like, had exercise ADD. I'd go from one program to the next each day. If that is your personality and you need something different each day, follow the on-demand. There's an on-demand workout program. What's it called? Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an on-demand. It's on the CDF workout. It's like, if you scroll down, it gives you a different workout each day using on-demand. Hi, Jessica. We're just about to get off, but I see your face. And so that gives you an access to all. It will say like, use P90X this and do this on this. So you have those access, and it gives you different variety. And then maybe you can see what program you like, but don't wing it and don't just like randomly pick programs each day. I mean, I guess you could if you don't care about your results. That's the thing. You totally. Oh, bye, Jessica. She's like, see you later. Okay.
It's CDJ. Sorry. CDJ.
What's it called again?
CDJ. It's like, I can't remember what it stands for.
Something de jour.
Yeah.
Something de jour, which means on-demand de jour, which is like, go pick different things out of potpourri, like pot, like, and try different things, which I think is a lot of people like that, especially if you get bored of a program. There's nothing wrong with starting a program and saying, this is not my thing, or me doing country heat and saying, I'm never going to do it again, because that is the truth. I'm not going to lie to you and be like, oh, that's my jam. But I want to make sure I try things and I finish things and I give it a chance. Do you know what I mean? Just because you don't like one of the workouts doesn't mean you won't like tomorrow's workout. But you won't ever know if you do the same dang thing all the time. Okay, now I'm rambling. I want to get off the phone. Thank you guys so much, or off the video. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'm going to upload this to YouTube. So if you think it will be helpful for your challengers, or maybe you're a challenger yourself, or someone that you know that's doing this, I think it'd be very helpful to share this. I think knowledge is power, and it's very important that we use the tools that we have, okay? So I'm going to be doing this like once a month, trying to connect with you in some way, shape, or form. It might not be about Beachbody On Demand. It might just be about, hey, how are you guys doing? Like, what's working, what's not working, where are we struggling? I feel like together we're better as a community. And I think that I love seeing your guys' faces. So you have me for 365 days this year. And hopefully longer than that. Hopefully we become a community for a long time. You guys make a big difference in my life, and I appreciate you. And I just want to tell you, thank you for showing up tonight. It means a lot. You could be doing anything other than sitting here with me tonight. So that means that, that, you know, like you care about this, and that means a lot to me, and I don't take that lightly. Okay. So you guys have an awesome night. I am going to Palm Springs tomorrow, guys. And the group that you're in is the only group I'm really going to be consistently active in. I mean, I have some other things that you know, with my team and stuff, but you're going to see that I'm on vacation, and I'm excited, and I'm doing my Insanity Max 30 on vacation. Oh Lord, please help me stay accountable. Okay.
Fun.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.